My sisters, I would never have guessed that we would gather together in a book. I wish I could meet all of you, but being together here is comfort somehow. Books can be deceiving, what they say and what they leave out. Samuel Coates, Isaiah Thomas, and John F. Thompson included me in their books as some kind of curiosity because I lived so long. They thought I lived to be 116, but truly I passed on when I was 108 years old. They talked about me in their books in 1802, again in 1830, and once more in 1856. But those authors didn't know me, not me, the person that is. They never said anything about my parents. My father, Madagascar Jack, came from Madagascar, and my mother, Sarah, came from somewhere in West Africa, I'm not sure where. They were bought by William Penn's rich Quaker friend, Samuel Carpenter, who brought them with him to Philadelphia from his sugar plantations in Barbados. Those Quakers were struggling with whether slavery should be countenanced, but their decision came too late for me. I was born enslaved right here in Philadelphia in 1694. Carpenter had taverns in Philadelphia and in Bristol, Pennsylvania. I worked in those taverns from the time I was 4 or 5 years old up until I was about 21. When I was 10, he took me from Philadelphia, where I lit William Penn's pipe, up the river to Bristol, Pennsylvania. There he had me working and scrubbing, cleaning and serving. Those people who wrote about me never asked why he sold me. He was scandalized when I had a baby by one of his married sons. My baby's name was Peg, and my mother took care of her. That's why, just before he died, Carpenter sold me away from my daughter to the man who ran Dunk's Ferry in Salem, Pennsylvania. I never let anyone see the bitterness that welled up in my heart. Those men who wrote about me said I was always cheerful and pleasant, but they didn't know anything about the real me. I took the knot of that anger, and eventually I ran the ferry on the Delaware River between Pennsylvania and New Jersey. I rowed, I ran the cruise, I kept track of where the sandbars were in the river. I recruited the passengers, I took care of the equipment, collected the payments, gave out the receipts, and made the repairs. I could not read nor write, but I ran it like it was my business, even though it couldn't ever be mine. After I couldn't work the ferry anymore, they sold me to 2 or 3 more people. I was old by then, but I was good at fishing, so I kept on working by selling what I caught on the river. They said I was friends with the wife of one of the people who bought me. She was all right, I guess, but it was more like we were stuck together in the same cell. What could we do but be civil to each other in that cramped up space, our spirits rubbing up against each other at every turn? Lord, Lord, Lord. There are things I need to say about what we've all been carrying. We mustn't be sad about the opportunities we might have missed. What folks in Philadelphia and the whole country thought they were doing to us, they did to the country, to the whole country. They deprived everybody of a lot of brilliance, a lot of pluck, a lot of beauty and knowledge and skill, and who knows what else. And we kept carrying on just the same. I am proud of all of you. I never thought my sisters would figure out ways to build thriving communities and keep them together. It makes me smile when I see you've climbed to the top of the business and civic life of the city. I like to think that the business I ran was just a tiny gleam in the eye compared to what you've done. You helped free our minds through education, our bodies through protest, and our spirits through the abiding faith that our Creator did not leave us here to wither. You communicated through the printed word. You knew our bodies needed care, and you provided it. You reached out to wrangle justice from this government, and you shouted our joy. With competitive fire, you excelled in sports. You used pens and brushes, your voices, instruments, and even your swaying bodies to build monuments to our humanity, to what others couldn't or wouldn't see. And you did all this while picking your way through traps and obstacles laid down by men and women. And now, here we are together. I am Black Alice, or some called me Alice of Dunk's Ferry. I am the first Black woman born of African parents in Philadelphia, whom history records. And I am proud to be your sister.